Masterplan, aka MP, One Way TV, yeah. Listen, hold tight, dude, yeah. 16, with the mind of a winner. His mum's in debt, no food for his dinner. Gets bullied in school and it's turning him bitter. Holes in his shoes and every day he gets thinner. The constant struggle turns him into a sinner. He cries to himself when he looks in the mirror. He's trying to think of ways to get money quicker, so he stands on the streets and waits for people to pass. He knocks them to the ground and takes the phones and the cash. He even robbed one of the bullies from his geography class. And as he stood over him, wearing a mask, he walked away and said sorry and laughed. Then he went home. With all the money he stashed, he bought a cube of raw, some scales and bags, he flipped it quick and got 600 back. He gave half to his mum and said, please do not ask. She started to cry and said, you're turning into your dad. It's all good now, son, but it won't last. But he ignored her and walked back out the door. 300 in his pocket and he's hungry for more. He went to see the guy that he got the shit from before. The guy said, how much can you afford? He said, I've got 300 and some phones in my drawer. He said, right, let me take a look at the phones. Why don't you switch from powder, take a couple of stones? He thought about it for a second and said, fuck it, I'm grown. He put the crack in his jacket and ran all the way home. He put the crack in his jacket and ran all the way home. You should know by now that the struggle's legit. And there's people out there under rubble and grit. But you gotta persevere through the trouble and shit. Grip tight on life before you stumble and trip. He's home now, locks himself in his room, listening to Pac while he's bagging up food. And he knows if his mum finds out, he's screwed. But he couldn't care less cause he's making moves. His mum's all he's got cause of a family feud. He's just hoping she don't start picking up clues. So he walks down the road thinking about risks. Then he hears a voice say, have you got any shit? My guy's dry, I'm in need of a fix. He starts talking about police like he's gonna get nicked. So he says, what the fuck are you talking about? Even though he's got the crack in the side of his mouth. The fiend said, come on, nobody's got out and my mates want some. They're inside of the house. He said, fuck it. And he went with a guy, couldn't see nothing but pound signs in his eyes. He walked up the path and this house was a sty. He walked in, it was even worse inside. There was people on the floor and a pipe on the side. He said, what the fuck is this? The fiend replied, this is life. He wanted to get off quick, so we sold him the crack. He got off fast and he never looked back. Now he's walking home, counting his stack. He arrives to the door of his mum's council flat. He walks in and the atmosphere's bleak. It's colder in the flat than it was in the street. Then he sees his mum on the floor, thinks she's asleep. Then he noticed the pipe down near her feet. He fell to his knees and he started to weep. He tried CPR, but she still didn't breathe. She was cold as ice and as white as a sheet. His mum had found his stash and she had OD'd. Still on his knees, proceeding to cry, he screamed for help. But nobody arrived, and for the first time he dialed 999. It was too late though, she had already died. He held his mum tight and he said his goodbyes. Yeah, Masterplan, aka MP, you know what it is.